Hi everyone. Hope you're all doing really well. We thought we'd do a sort of an additional recording this week. We usually do a podcast for you once a week, but given the current circumstances, we are a little bit more free, perhaps, than we
Yeah,
would normally
that's right.
be.
That's right.
Um,
Yeah.
we're confined both to our houses only for essential visits, as the country's just recently, as of last night, gone on a more strict lockdown than it has been before. So we can still go out to do the essentials, but otherwise, everyone in this country at least is indoors.
Well,
So
a bit more restriction on us old ones, Steve. We're confined to quarters now. We can't go
right,
out.
you
Well,
can't go out.
we can go for a walk. They tell me that we can go for exercise.
Right,
So Mum and I are going out in this lovely sunshine in a little while to have a little walk along the beach, but not along the beach, on the promenade,
yeah,
and and then back. But we've got to keep our distance from people. That's the thing. And but but all of it. But your other um, two sisters and brother are helping out with our shopping, so we don't have to go shopping anymore, which is handy. We can just sit. I can sit down and paint all day if I want.
yeah, yeah. So it's interesting how much it's affected the country and the whole world. It's affected,
Mm,
but um, we can only talk from what's going on local to us, and it's interesting how people are suddenly, uh, perhaps more able to pick up a pencil and to
mm,
do art or to be creative in any kind of
mm.
field, isn't it?
Oh yes, yes.
So
Well, I'm trying to talk your mum into picking her pencils up again.
yeah,
I don't know whether she will, but I did say to her, you've got the time now. You could do that because
yeah,
she's quite good, your mum,
yeah,
as you know, at artwork.
yeah,
And also your sister Vicky,
yeah.
she was on. She's going to have a baby in August, which is great, and she's confined to quarters as well, being pregnant. She can't go out, so she's got her partner John running around all over the place after her. And she said to me the other day, Dad, I think I'm going to do some drawing.
Yeah.
So, because she's good as well, she's a good artist.
It's
But there
finding
you
the
go.
positives, isn't it? It's finding the
Mm,
positives in this
mm,
scenario, and this is kind of, by putting this out there as well, just kind of reaching out to people and just saying that we hope everyone is doing well, but also pick up a pencil and start drawing and being creative, play music,
mm,
connect
mm,
with creativity as much as you can. It's so unknown what's going to happen day to day or how this is going to develop. So being
mm,
taking doing any kind of creative form, it puts you in the moment, and
mm.
I think that's really important at this time to do as much as we can to remain grounded, calm, live in the present moment, and we've talked loads anyway before about how science has proven how art and creation is so good
Mm,
for the mind and the body.
mm.
It's a meditation, and that's why also we want to encourage people to do it that may have never done any kind of drawing before.
Mm. Doesn't thing is, people think they have to do a great job, but they don't.
Mm.
Just doodling. I remember when I was young, I used to love to doodle. Just pick up a pencil and just because it's all creative.
Yeah.
You don't have to be good at what you do as long as you enjoy it
Mm.
and have fun.
That's true. That's true. That's true. So let's talk a little bit about what people can do, because we put up on Facebook that we released a new course for free for everyone,
Mm,
and that was the tabby cat, which has been an
mm,
incredibly popular subject for you over the years. It's
yeah.
brilliant for beginners. You don't need to have been able to draw or anything, because we give you an outline drawing, so you don't even have to freehand draw it if you don't want to. People
No.
can view it as more of colouring in, a bit more advanced colouring in, um, if they want to think of it that way. It's only six pencils, really sort of straightforward to get going with something like that.
Mm,
So we
mm.
released that because we wanted to make it as accessible at this time as everyone as possible.
Someone did ask us too. I got an email from someone saying, can I use just ordinary colouring pencils with it? And I said, yes, you could. There's no reason why you can't. You won't get the same effect, obviously, as the pastel pencil, and I pointed that out. But they can use anything. You know, this is the wonderful thing about the certainly the beginners' pictures. I would say once you get more advanced, in the more advanced pictures, it wouldn't work with colouring pencils at all then. But the more simplistic pictures would.
Mm.
And so that, you know, that shouldn't stop anybody if they haven't got the pencils or can't get the pencils. Just use any ordinary colour. You could even use graphite pencils if you want. Just,
yeah.
You know, what you would do with a situation like that is you'd, if you've got a computer, you can print it off in grayscale or black and white,
yeah,
and then draw it with the graphite. So that's another something you can do.
Mm. Mm.
Anyway, I'll leave it to everybody to do what they want to do.
Yeah, yeah. So we released that and hope that people are enjoying that and that they can share that with their family and friends as well, and get as many people drawing and creating as possible.
Mm.
Anyone that wants to do it, we want them to be able to do it.
Mm.
So let's talk a little bit about what you've been doing in this whole time.
Well, if people go to the Instagram, if they've got Instagram, you put a picture of mine up, didn't you? Would that go to everybody? Does that picture go to everybody?
It's going to go on Facebook as well. Yeah, people will see it on Facebook, but if people want to now see it, it will be on our Instagram.
I see.
Page.
Well, that was that we didn't intend it for that. I intended it, and it will be a project. And but the way I discussed it with you. What I'd done the first section, and because I was doing the background at the same time, I thought that would make a really nice stages picture. So I sent it to you, and you agreed. So we've split that into 4 different stages.
I'm going to find it for people now. Let's try and put that up.
Oh, yes. There you go. There you go.
So can you see that? Let's hold that up there a little bit.
Yeah, I can see it. It's a bit blurry, but
it's a black and white.
People get the idea.
Portrait,
yeah.
And it's amazing.
I used 4, but you didn't actually say that. You said I used 4 pencils, didn't you? But I can tell people what they are. I use the 270 Faber-Castell. I've got to think about this a little bit here. And the...
Do you want me to find it?
No. Make me work, Steve. Make my brain work. That's what I've got to do now. Us Holdens, we've got to make our brains work.
Okay.
No,
I've got the colours here. So I've got the colours here.
Oh, have you? You've got the colours, so you can
go for it.
I got the first one right, didn't I?
You did.
Okay, well, let's do the other one. I think it was it 219 in Cretacolor, was it?
Nope.
No.
Close. Very close.
Oh, was it?
Very close.
Oh, well, I'm close, am I? Well, I know it was 150, wasn't it? No, I got it all wrong. Okay, Steve, I give up. I give up. Go on. Tell us what they are.
I've not got the... Okay, so 270, 101 in Faber.
Oh, of course, with the white, of course.
229 in Cretacolor, and 250.
Okay. Well, 2.5. Well,
you're one digit out on both those. Yeah, those are the 4 main ones you used.
Well, let me tell you why I've done that. First of all, we got the grey pastel mat. I used it on grey pastel mat. And my thought patterns were, when I started, I had 6 pencils, not 4. And people will see when they see the video eventually, they'll see that I had 6 pencils out. And I was quite intending to use the 6 pencils. Well, when I started off, I used another one, which I think was 234 in Cretacolor, which is like a mid-grey, mid to dark grey. And I did that for the first section. Then I thought, and then I went to the darker one in Cretacolor. And then once I put that on, I realised that I didn't need that 234, the grey. Mm. And then I carried on with just 4 pencils, the 4 pencils you mentioned, and it was perfect. So you see, even with my experience looking at the original picture that I found on Pixabay, I thought, what pencils do I need? Now, I was quite convinced I'd need the 6 pencils, but in the end, only needed 4. So it just means you can change your mind as you go along with artwork. It's all part of creativity, really. You're seeing, this works. If it works, leave it. And anyway, that's how it all started off. And I thought I would we'd put it up in stages, but it really, really was a stunner. Now, I followed the picture, the photograph. When people see the photograph, they'll see that I'm following it quite closely. But then once you get to a certain point with photographs, you've got to, when you're taking a photograph, you have to take what's there. You can't make any adjustments. But what I had to do with that was, when the face particularly needed to be sharper, I needed to have more contrast.
Yeah.
So I changed that, and then at the end I changed the hair as well. The hair, same idea, but all the way through that I was creating as I went along.
Yeah.
Changing as I went along, making slight adjustments.
In the moment.
Which I really enjoyed.
Yeah.
So that's people, as I say, people will do. I don't know how are you going to do this? 1 a week, or are you going to give them a bit more than that?
With the pictures?
Yeah.
I think they're due to go out in the next couple of days. People will see the full finished picture on Instagram, and I'll put it on Facebook as well.
Okay. So, but are you going to do it in 4 different stages, or just going to do
the 3 pictures that you sent me?
Yeah.
One's gone up. The other one's going up. I'm not sure if it's today or tomorrow. And then the other one, the finished one, will be up in a couple of days after that.
I'm pleased about that, because I thought, if you're going to do that 1 a week, people are going to go, I want to see the next one.
When you sent me the final one, I mean, the second one or something, was it nearly done or something? And I was like, okay, you can basically see that finished picture. But when you sent me the completed one, it was still blew me away. Like, absolutely blew me away. I was just so impressed at it. It's something that's so different from what you would normally do, but it's that atmospheric one, and we spoke about that on a few podcasts ago, didn't we? About these atmospheric, darker pictures, really.
That's right.
Just giving you goosebumps. They're so good, and this is taking it to the next stage. It's brilliant. Yeah, it's fab.
Well, I got a great deal of pleasure out of doing that, I can tell you. I thoroughly enjoyed it, and I know people will love it too. Because they'll do their own take. But what I particularly liked about it was I decided to do it with the background as well. I had to do that because of the contrast.
Yeah.
And I'm going to do more. And I think the one I've got actually just started this morning was a cat. It's very similar idea, not quite the same, because you can see the eyes and the full face of the cat, but all the whole of the back of the cat, because it's coming towards you, and all the paws and everything is all in, like, massively out of focus.
Wow.
So it's all like a halo, but it's the cat, and with a very, very dark background. So it's a similar sort of thing, and I know I'm going to struggle with it. I know I am. But this is fun.
Yeah.
And the great thing about this is I've put this out on social media now, as I've got to do it. Because sometimes if I start a picture, I think, no, this is not working, and no one ever sees it. But now I've got to finish that picture off.
Yeah, you're holding yourself accountable to that picture.
I am. So that puts pressure on me. But I actually like that. I enjoy that.
Yeah.
It's funny, when I was doing the shows, you have hundreds of people, thousands of people sometimes with the big shows. They come along and they sort of all gather around you. And when I first started that, I was petrified I'd make a mistake. Could you imagine?
Yeah.
But gradually, as I got more and more used to it, I used to enjoy that, because it pumps the adrenaline around you. You've got to do it.
Yeah.
It's like a performer going on the stage. You know, they can't say, "Hang on a minute, no, I'll do it again." Can't. They've got to perform and they've got to
Yeah.
deliver.
It,
And
it,
it's a bit like that,
it
but
puts you
it's
in.
great fun. You know what it's like.
It puts you in the moment, doesn't it? It puts you in the
Mm.
moment. Like when you put pencil to paper or when you step on a stage, you just do it. You just got to do it, haven't
Yeah.
you? You know, it's very tangible, and
Mm.
it's gonna go any which way it's gonna go.
Mm.
Um, but there's a thrill in doing that, definitely.
There is, isn't there? It's like adrenaline. You've got to do it to feel it.
Yeah,
So and because when the audience is watching, they don't know all the collywobbles, all the things that's going to happen inside, all the nerves and the shaking and all that. They don't see that because the performer won't allow them to.
yeah.
They go in fully confident. Oh yes, I'm delivering this, and I think that that by doing that, it pumps the adrenaline into you,
Mm,
and you do perform better, I think, because of that reason.
mm. Well, also the when you're talking about that, it's also when you come off the stage or where you take the pencil off the paper and you look back and you go, I did a really good job, or that went really well, or
Mm.
that's turned out really well. It releases all of those what's it called, the hormones, the feel good hormones that just
Mm.
the feeling of proudness
Is
of.
it endorphins? Is it endorphins? Or is
Yeah,
that not it? I know
yeah,
what you mean.
endorphins. Yeah, it's that
Mm.
feel good
Mm.
feeling, and that is so good for
Mm.
your health. Feeling proud about
Yes.
something that you've completed and done, and in at this time especially, to
Mm.
feel that you've done a good job, or just to feel proud of something you've created,
Mm.
is so important.
I think too, when I do that, and when you perform your shows, when you're doing it, you are constantly aware that you've got to, you know, deliver the goods.
Mm,
It's there all the time, and it's like another you pushing you, saying, "Come on!" And in the end, you do perhaps a slightly better job than you would have done if you'd been complacent. Think, "Oh, I can
mm,
do this." It's a wonderful thing to experience.
mm. The thing I
And
was going to say was dopamine is the chemical
oh, is it?
that is
Oh,
released.
right.
I believe that's right. It's dopamine that is released, and also the other thing I was going to add to that is that when you're creating, you're taking yourself out of fight or flight mode. This kind of survival mode, it allows your body to your brain waves to slow down and your body to relax.
Mm.
Any form of creation or self-expression takes you out of survival mode. And in these
Mm.
times where we are in that, the media is putting that message out there that is still trying to remain calm, but it is very much just it's kicking a lot of survival instincts within the
Mm.
world population right now, and that adds a lot of stress to the body and the mind. And so in order to relieve that, any form of creativity or laughing or joking or watching
Mm.
comedies or anything that can take you out of that survival fight or flight mode and put you in the present moment and give you that dopamine feeling of
Mm.
achievement, of accomplishment, is healthy.
Oh, without doubt. This is why we're so bright and cheerful, Steve, isn't it? We're all sort of bubbly, and I mean, you think this is going out on social media, so people will see it, but I'm not stressed up, and you're not stressed up about it. Probably because we've done a lot of it. You've performed, I've performed in my own way, so you don't have that fear that's there. You just say, okay, just relax and enjoy it. And I think that when people do that, it comes across. What I saw this morning, just out of interest, I was checking with YouTube, and Andrew Lloyd Webber, the great Sir Andrew Lloyd Webber, came on the YouTube set, and he said, as in these hard times, we're all restricted, and I am in the same situation. I've got nothing to do. I'm kind of here, stuck in my house. I'm going to play you a song. And he played All I Ask of You, from Phantom of the Opera. Wasn't it Phantom of the Opera?
Yeah.
Yeah. And he just played it. Wasn't terribly good, I've got to say, but he's a composer. No, he's not a pianist as such. He's a composer.
Yeah.
But because he was willing just to do that, when you look at him, people look it up, it was really nice. He was so relaxed.
Yeah.
And he took the time. No adverts. There was no adverts on the YouTube at all. It was just him and the piano.
Yeah. And
he played it, and it was really nice to hear. And the dog came in. His dog came in, and he sort of, hello. He said, really natural.
Yeah.
These are the sort of things I hope more and more people will do. More entertainers will do.
Yes.
But I was very proud of him for actually, why not?
Yeah. There's a lot of musicians that have done a similar thing out there.
Is there?
That are, there's Stronger Together, is it? There's a hashtag that's trending at the moment where musicians are nominating each other to go on Facebook or go on Instagram or do some kind of sharing of what they've created and sharing it with the world. And
wonderful.
It is wonderful. Yeah, it is wonderful.
Because there's nothing in it for them particularly. They're just doing nothing in it for us. It's just something that you feel you want to do. You want to sort of reach out to people and say, come on, we're all in this together. This is a wonderful thing about, I couldn't say a wonderful thing about, it's a wonderful thing about the situation we're in.
Yeah.
Because everybody, the whole world is in the same situation. It's not just confined to one country.
Yeah.
So with everybody being in the situation, it brings everybody together. So I think this is
it unites us rather than separates us. Even though we are separated physically, we're united. Thank goodness, because of the internet, we can be united, even despite that.
Well, we do Facebook now with all of the children, and they're all just before we recorded this. Vicky was Facebooking Mum, and I came in on that. So it's lovely that is all possible now.
Yeah.
So even though people are alone, and especially isolated in their homes, they can still reach out and enjoy each other's company.
Absolutely.
Which is lovely. Yeah. Face to face.
Okay, let's we're at 20 something minutes, so let's call it here. I'm sure we could talk a lot longer. We always do, and we'll probably hang up on this and then still talk for another half an hour. I always do that when we're recording. But I think we've done what I wanted to do and check in with everyone and sort of spread a little bit of an awareness of what we're doing, and hope that everyone's okay. We're going to do a podcast anyway this week as well, so you'll hear from us on Friday morning. We'll have another podcast for you. We're going to talk about the business side of art, because we had 3 sets of questions come in and we've covered 2 of them. The last one was the business questions. So I'm going to be picking your brains for our next podcast.
Right. Good. Well, that'll be great.
And we're going to put another project up. So members, if you are logging into the website this week, then you'll see a new project go up. I won't tell you what it is yet, but
I don't know what it is yet.
You don't know what it is yet either. I've got to tell you what we're going to upload as well. But yeah, there'll be a new project for you all. And as I said, if anyone out there wants to share the free course that we put up recently, then send the links to your family and friends. Whatever you're doing at home, if it can be some form of creation, then it doesn't just benefit your body, it benefits your mind as well in times like these. And yeah, we hope that everyone can keep creating as much as possible until we find out more.
Good. Okay, mate.
Thanks, done. Dad.
Cheers.
And see you soon, everyone. Bye.